the same. They said that there was no creativity or depth to it. And the irony is, this is the most diverse rap had ever been. This is the most creative it has ever been. None of these dudes in this picture sound anything alike. None of the music sounds alike. The second is just the culture of SoundCloud itself. It is inherently a subgenre that emphasizes on not giving a fuck. So a lot of people just can't understand the dyed hair. A lot of people didn't like the face tattoo. You have guys like Lil Pump and Smoke Perp who acted like class clowns, like they're stupid, and all they want to do is talk about their substance abuse. This was pill popper central. Like, this entire generation, that's what it was all about. So a lot of people just felt that a lot of these guys just wouldn't really be around in a few years, so what's worth investing? And the third reason is, yeah, a lot of them weren't around within a few years. If we think about artists like we saw,
made a family for myself. I get to play all the time.
Or world star hip hop, a lot of them are just gone. And it's the overdoses, it's the gun violence, and a lot of them got locked up. It really did seem like once a month somebody was just gone, and it was just insane. But with that being said, I would say the SoundCloud generation ended when Juice WRLD passed.
Not harder.
That's the moment I felt like
Impossible.
Before that, 6
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Slippery little bugger, isn't he? He'll be looking for somewhere safe, somewhere where the shadows are nice and strong.
He just siphoned so much energy from that generation that people were ready to move on. And with Juice WRLD being a respected mainstream artist by that point, I think that was the opportunity people felt to jump ship. And we really see for me shortly after the baby blew up. And I think the reason why was because he was nothing like SoundCloud rap. He didn't really know he acted like he was listening to the sound. I think at the time, I was like doing pop star, breathing a fresh breath of air, and there were rappers who took themselves more seriously, kind of with that street culture, something that people wanted to be more aligned with. Let's go ahead and talk about the fall of SoundCloud. It's delusional, but I'll tell you why. Hey, you can argue with the facts. Watch me. Okay. What you just said is a complete bullshit. It assumes that we went to the moon for science. It assumes that we went to the moon to explore. Oh, we went to the moon because we were war. Sputnik was not just some orbiting spacecraft. It was a homebound intercontinental ballistic missile where they took out the warhead and put in a radio transmitter. The military knew this. That's what founded NASA. NASA's budget for science has an average over all these years about 25%. The rest has been for geopolitical purposes. That's why we spent all this money. And so the moment we learn Russia's not going to the moon and it's certainly not going to Mars, we canceled the program. It had nothing to do with public interest. So it's delusional, and I'll tell you why. Hey, you can argue with the facts. All right, watch me. Okay. What you just said is a complete delusion. It presumes... When Paul Mooney made the joke on the Chappelle Show, white people love Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady makes Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X because he makes Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X. Dave called me and said, "Oh man, Paul wrote that joke. I didn't think it was funny." Come on, nigga, it's me, it's Dave. We black actors, man. We gotta stick together. Look, I'm doing this last big episode. Please come. Let's write a sketch together. You better thank Dave Chappelle. Dave and myself, Neil was partner. We wrote the answer to that sketch.
Thank you, Dave, and I like your show.
Let's do Wayne Brady's taking over the sketch, and they show he's mad, and we wrote the Training Day parody. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? I ran into Donnell Rollins. There he is. Look at yourself, fool! Oh, this Wayne Brady son. Randomly at an event, came up and said, "Hey man, I'm a big fan." I was like, "Kiss my ass." By the way, I love Donnell Rollins.
If every fucking morning you slam down a glass of hot water on an empty stomach, here's the crazy shit your body starts doing. Save this before you forget it. First, your organs flip into deep cleaning mode. It's like calling a janitor squad for your insides. Hot water fires up the lymph flow, flushing out toxins, leftovers, and all that garbage you stuffed in at 2 a.m. Yelling, "Just one more slice." Second, fat starts melting. Yeah, that belly shit you're hiding. Hot water cranks your metabolism just enough for your body to go, "Oh fuck, let's burn something." and starts torching fat before you even put on.
Clone Wars makes the "we are not going to grant you the rank of master" whole scene just drastically better. He doesn't come across like whiny or whatever, like he does just in the context of this movie. What do you mean? This is ridiculous. This isn't fair. From just the movie's perspective, we're like, what do you freaking mean, dude? But in the Clone Wars, we're like, this is a decorated war hero that saved that guy's butt, that saved that guy's butt, that saved that guy's butt multiple times. Keanu, Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan several times, Kit Fisto, all of them know the accolades of Anakin Skywalker and how great of a general, how strong of a Jedi he is. So for that to be the pinnacle and have all of his accolades across all of Clone Wars come to that moment and then be like, no, and he'd be like, what do you mean? Then he doesn't come across whiny anymore. It comes across as, what do you mean? I have more than proven myself. Yeah. I have more than shown you that I am capable of this. I am
things that were invented to solve problems that no longer exist.
Trevor might be the only person on the planet that if you give him a gun, it nerfs it. So here we have a diagram of Trevor's heart. What you mean? Ain't nothing there. Okay, so it needs some work. I asked Trevor for directions once. I'm now legally his accomplice in a double homicide. Can he fly? Look, I'ma say no, but I'm not gonna put no bread on it, you know what I'm saying? He walked into my gas station in a Larry Bird jersey and no draws asking for Mentos. Trevor, get the fuck out. What's his love language? Arson? You ever been kidnapped, fed chili, and taught how to fly a plane in the same hour? No. It was the best worst day of my life. He beat my pal Liddy to death with a box of Fruity Pebbles that poured me a ball. Damn. That shit was good as hell, though. I seen him wrestling a cactus behind a strip club once. The fuck? I ain't asked no fucking question. If unprovoked violence was a sport, nigga, he'd be the GOAT.
I trust. Here's exactly how to watch the Halloween franchise in chronological. What are your Star Wars hot takes?
Star Wars hot take is you should watch them. If you're going to introduce new people to them, you should watch them 4 or 5.
Imagine being the game. Imagine being the artist that resurrected the West. Signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath, nobody knew what to do with you until 50 Cent stepped in. He gave you records, he brought you in the G Unit, and together, you built the documentary. Violet Plaques, Billboard #1, and for the first time since...
No matter how, I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Would she have helped the refugees, defended the Grove, controlled Korra? At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal.
I'm still him, it's loyal. You're independent, but fall out with an idiot and brutal. You launched G, not but if it sticks with business and showed everybody just how good independent really was. And for a while, you kept winning. Doctor's Advocate, LAX, you just still carry it the first. Win the lawsuit battle. Priscilla Rainey, a contestant on your VH1 game show, but you off-camera date in 2015 and forced to report her public. You denied it, but you never showed up to court. That no-show led to the default judgment of over $7 million in damages. So how did Orthodox state
Covers me everywhere.
suffice?
Why you put your clothes? But why would you just let me hear you? You could have just hired.
It's failed, or it's forced you to send your dog back to home, and everything you've made after was changed that day. To protect what you had left, put your assets in your manager's name. 5-100. The man managing you now held on the silver bullet. Fast forward to today, and the crew's irony, Black is more of a household name than you are. The manager has outshined the artist. And no, you're not a victim, but erasing you erases history. Because without you, no one can do less than get back to the forefront, which is the scene after death. And without you, there's no stage. Imagine being the man that rebuilt the first and watch the culture of that. Legacy, but in hip-hop, you erase him unfairly. Does he deserve more credit for saving the West? Or as I don't think enough people talk about how absolutely insane Rasputin was. History went from being a homeless, creepy peasant to literally being best friends with the most powerful person
Russia. So Rasputin started as a peasant from a tiny town in Siberia until having a spiritual awakening and leaving his wife and children to go wander around Russia as a spiritual healer and mystic. Basically a glorified homeless guy who thought that he had magical powers. The last emperor of Russia, and he's amused by Rasputin, so he invites him to live in the palace to entertain guests and his family, but he also uses him to act as the empire and causes up their own peasants. That would be like Trump hiring some random homeless guy from the street to live at the White House as an advisor. Anyways, Nicholas's wife Alexandra had a son Alexei, who's the only heir to the kingdom, and he's sick with a disease that has a high mortality rate in children. And here's where it gets weird. Rasputin gets closer to the family and starts to actually heal people. Doctors back then couldn't explain it, and even now historians aren't even sure what happened. Rasputin somehow miraculously cured Alexei of his disease. That made Nicholas and Alexandra love him even more. And when Nicholas is out fighting, he's with Alexandra, telling her what policies to enact, having real political influence. Now this was a problem because everyone knew that Rasputin was literally crazy. He loved to flash people, run around naked, literally hit on every single woman possible, including the princesses. He was absolutely nuts. So while Russia is fighting in the biggest war ever and people are starving in the street, you have this creepy homeless guy with magical powers guiding the court. And citizens want to kill him. In 1913, a peasant woman stabbed him in the stomach, and he survived. Then, 2 years later, family members of Nicholas II invited him to dinner and laced everything with cyanide. It's reported that he consumed enough poison to kill 5 men, and yet he still didn't die. So they panicked and did it the old-fashioned way by shooting him in the body. But a little while later, he sprang back up to life and ran across the courtyard until finally being shot in the head and his body dumped in the lake. The last Russian Empire fell less than a year later. Absolutely insane Rasputin was. This dude went from being a homeless, creepy peasant to literally being best friends with some powerful.
Do the unexpected.
This is gonna feel good. Take soldier. I need your help.
Enemies afoot. There shall be no mercy.
I need your help.
Think you can take me on?
Battle favors the fearless. So much for peace. Death won't take me.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here! And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up. But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot. So I wouldn't have to make up friends to play with anymore. I'd have someone real. I'd like that. And he would too, I think. All right, I'll do it. I want to do it.
Well done.
Are you crying? You're a bit big to be crying. But I suppose that's okay. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
can't wait to sleep.
An older man turns his head away in shame. His neighbors would not renounce Saluna. Now they hang in the town square.